Hello, and boy, do I have some explaining to do. Firstly, I want to reassure everybody that I am okay. I am here. I missed a live stream yesterday with Amy Scobie, and I've spoken to her and apologized. I am sorry for causing so much distress. And thank you for everyone for looking out for me. I woke up today with a bunch of messages and missed calls on my phone checking that I'm okay because I was meant to go live and I didn't show up. Amy went live without me and did a stellar job streaming for a couple of hours on her own, answering a bunch of questions. So thank you, Amy, and well done for keeping up the show without me. And I've spoken to her personally to explain what happened, and I'm sorry. Before we crack into this, there are some hilarious messages. Ubeak, RPFU want to see, not show it for muster. That is true. I did not show up to muster, to your tech discussions. Dear Alex, next time you need a day off, please submit a proper CSW. Yes, I did not submit a CSW. I did not get prior approval for my absence. I blew from SPTV, and I'm sorry to cause distress and worry. So essentially, as you guys know, I have been working non-stop on my channel recently and all of the other stuff that's going on behind the scenes, with my Cause Over Life project, with the IAS protest that's happening. I'm working on this pretty much full time. And as you guys always know, and always comment on, I am up at ridiculous hours of the day streaming in the nighttime here in the UK. Because I have so many calls and streams and stuff with people in the States. Now, if there's one thing that you learn in Scientology, or one thing that it teaches you to do, is work hard and never stop. And that is something that I'm still working on. I find it really hard to switch off and turn off when I'm onto something. I'm working really hard, and it's very easy for a former Scientologist to not think about their own mental health and what is important to them, and rest and this sort of thing. And historically, I have been pretty good at keeping into a schedule of working and sleeping and making sure I get enough rest and so on. But over the last week, I had very definitely been burning the midnight oil. I had burnt out and was working so hard when I went to sleep on Saturday night, which was actually very early Sunday morning. My body just conked out and said, no, you need to rest. And so I completely missed the scheduled live stream with Amy because I had overworked myself and burnt out. And something in my body was just telling me to rest. So when I woke up today by the police knocking at my door, I was very confused. The police were called to do a welfare check on me to make sure I'm okay. And I was like, I'm fine. Like, what on earth is going on? Still half asleep. They had body cams on. I might ask them for the footage and might play it to you because I'm sure it'd be quite hilarious. Because I was a bit disoriented. I was disorientated. I was like, what on earth? My phone had run out of battery, so I hadn't seen or read any of the messages or calls or anything like this. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Why? Essentially, some of you guys in the community were concerned, having not heard from me, and wanted to make sure I was okay. So the police came to check and do a welfare, and I was like, yeah, I'm fine. They said, Alex, turn on your phone. I think some people are trying to get hold of you. I was like, oh, absolutely. And since then, I have been speaking to everybody who is trying to check on me and reassure them I'm okay. Essentially, that's what had happened. I had burnt out. I'd been working too hard, and I wasn't putting myself. I wasn't thinking about what my body needs in terms of rest and recuperation. So I completely zonked out because I burnt out, and I am firstly sorry. I have apologized to Amy personally, and I'm sorry to all of those of you who were worried about me and concerned. And thank you for looking out for me. If there's one thing that this has really shown, it's that you guys do really care, and we are a really supportive community. And this is the one thing that Scientology really don't want you to believe, is that we SPs are, they make you believe that suppressive people and enemies of the church are horrible people that go out of their way to stop and prevent your success in life. And if there's one thing that I've always said, is that this community is really supportive and helpful, and we want to help new channels get launched and help each other speak about experiences. And this has shown to me personally that is the case. We are a community. We support each other. We want to help each other. And yeah, thank you for everyone who has been wanting to make sure I'm okay and checking in on me. And I need to take away a lesson from this and learn to make sure I get the rest that I need so that I keep to my schedule. I'm not the sort of person that likes to miss meetings or miss live streams or schedule things that I've scheduled in the future. So I was horrified to learn that I missed a live stream and horrified that I caused so much stress and concern. So I am very sorry. And I will definitely take away from this and make sure I get enough rest in the future. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to focus on my channel still and continue pushing what I want to push and talk about the IAS protest and everything else that's going on that I'm organizing at the moment. I've definitely learned a lot. I've got some questions here. Heavy Mester Worker. We need proof it is really Alex. He could be handcuffed to a radiator in the basement of London Org for all we know. No, I was not handcuffed to a radiator at London Org. Danielle, hello. Thank you for checking on me. Danielle is lovely. She's awesome. Door handle. Who here thought Osa got to Alex? I sure did. Yes. Well, they did not. I'm very much here and I'm very much now well rested and ready to take on the fight and continue doing what I've been doing. So yeah, that's the main point really. It's just letting you guys know that I'm here and I'm okay, and I'm sorry for causing distress. SPTV Tattoo Warrior, thank you for the super chat. Alex, what the fresh Satan. Must feel good to know how many people love you. You should have heard the conspiracy theories floating around last night. You've been kidnapped. They put you in the hole. It was hilarious. I bet, and I'm very sorry that that's what happened. And that's the stress that it caused. I have now made sure that my phone is charged, so I would potentially, I mean, this is another thing. I was asleep and there were many phone calls over the course of today that I just completely slept through. My body was just like, no, you are overworked, you need to rest. So that's what I was doing regardless of what's happening on my phone, and then it ran out of battery. So sorry about that, and thank you for your concern. Not a sheeple. Oh my god, thank goodness you're okay. We were all so worried. Thank you for the super chat and thank you for your concern. I don't want to harp on saying the same thing over and over again. So while I'm here and while I've got you, I want to give you a little bit of an update on the IAS protest that I've been working on. So I revealed last week that Scientology are in breach of their event license. Essentially, they have a premises license that allows them to host events at St. Hill Manor in East Grinstead of up to 7,000 people. Now, one of the conditions of the license is they have to submit a document. They have to notify the health and safety authorities 6 weeks before hosting an event so that they can make sure that health and safety is considered. Child protection is a huge part of that. They have to submit a form that tell a risk assessment that says, look, this is what we're going to do to make sure people are looked after and safe. And this is how we're going to protect children during the event. And I spoke to the Sussex District Council, who confirmed they did not submit these required documents 6 weeks ahead of time, despite their big event happening in less than 3 weeks now, 3rd, 4th and 5th of November. So I reported this to Miss Sussex Council and they got back to me today and they confirmed that they are currently investigating the potential breach of their license conditions, and they will keep me up to date with the outcome of that investigation. I think it's pretty clear that they've breached those conditions. Now, on paper, apparently a breach of a license condition could result in a £20,000 fine and or 6 months imprisonment for the person who is responsible for the license. Those are that's the consequence of breaching license conditions, and it is considered a serious offence. And so I have reported that. They've got back to me and said they're investigating, which I think will be fascinating to see the outcome. I highly doubt that it will prevent the event from happening. I'm pretty sure that it will still go ahead, but it is a serious offence to breach license conditions. So I will let you know when I hear back from them about what the outcome of the investigation is. But that was a little bit of update for you. Mena has asked a question here. What a relief. I hoped you'd bounce back. Please, can you explain why the registration for the march includes saying if you've been Scientology, and at what level? Thank you. Well, firstly, it doesn't ask what level you've been at. It asks if you have never been in Scientology, if you're a former Scientologist, public or staff member. I think that's all it says, and it's completely optional. And the reason I ask people online who want to take part in the protest in person to register is because in part of the application process for the police to perform a march, they have to ensure that the organizer is considering the health and safety of not just the local public, but also the people taking part. And so, what they want to know is a couple of bits of information, like, for example, how many people are going to be attending, and what their relationship is with the organization we're protesting against. So, this form is something that is not necessary in terms of anybody can show up and protest. It's not a requirement, but it's an idea that I can hand over to the police and say, look, we're expecting this number of people, and roughly this number of people have identified themselves as ex-members or haven't had any involvement with the church. It just allows them to show that we're doing our due diligence to make sure we are looking after the people taking part in the protest. And so that's why that's there, but it's completely optional. The form, you can fill that out anonymously if you want to. You don't have to hand any personal information over. It's mainly just to get an idea of numbers. And also, if people want to stay updated, they can give us the email, or they can give me their email address or phone number, or both if they want to, and we can keep those people up to date with the plans, where to meet, what time, where we're going to be, and all that sort of stuff, if they choose to do that. It's not like a mailing list or anything, and I'm not sharing the information with the police other than the numbers and the specific information they request. So that is why that question is there on the form. And as I said, you don't have to fill it out if you don't want to. It just allows me to provide the evidence that I'm looking after the people, and we are considering all aspects and making sure that we've got the right things in place to prevent disorder, because it's a peaceful protest, and what we really want to do is make sure that that is really kept to it, and we're not hurling abuse or harassment at people. We don't want to cause trouble. We just want to voice our concerns about the church. And one of the questions the police have is, well, how do we know that this isn't going to turn violent? And I can say, well, because X amount of people who've registered have said they've never even been a part of Scientology, so they don't have an axe to grind. They're not going to cause trouble or anything like this. So it's just a little data gathering thing to help in the planning of the protest. But as I said, if you don't want to fill it out, you don't have to. If you do want to fill it out and stay anonymous, you can stay anonymous. That's absolutely fine. And I'm not going to share that information with anybody else. It's just if you want to stay up to date with what's going on. So for those of you who want to take part in the protest, the website is iasprotest.com. If you want to take part or find out more, I'm going to be live streaming it. Just the other day, I hit 10,000 subscribers, which is insane. And what I want to do is create a fundraiser so that I can live stream it for those of you not in the United Kingdom that want to take part and watch. And we can hopefully raise some money for charity in the process. So thank you for helping me get to that goal. I think it's great. A couple of months ago, I started a fundraiser. I said, look, if I can get to the next subscriber goal, I'll donate $100 to the Aftermath Foundation. And a bunch of you guys agreed to match that donation, and we raised like $3,000 or something for the Aftermath Foundation. I thought it was such a great idea. And then Aaron Smith Lebanon, growing up in Scientology, did the same thing. He said, look, I've got this subscriber goal. I'll donate X amount of money, and you can match it or donate as well if you want to when we reach this subscriber goal. And I thought it was a really nice idea. It's a nice way of raising money, but also having a bit of a game to reach the next milestone. And I thought the same with the IS protesting. Look, if I can get to 10,000 subscribers, which is the next goal, that gives me the feature on YouTube to be able to do a fundraiser, and we can raise some money from the live stream. So that's why I was doing that. And thank you for helping me reach that goal. But no, look, guys, this is just a short stream. I wanted to reassure everybody. Door handle, all right. Does everybody have their KRs to present to Alex? Yes, I have reported to ethics. I have apologized. And I just want to say that I'm here and that I'm sorry. And I will continue doing what I've been doing. But I will also make sure that I take the time I personally need when it comes to my recovery and my mental health to make sure that I am doing the right thing. And not burning out like I did. So thank you everyone for the concern. I will be bringing you quite a lot of content this week. I have some really interesting conversations planned and streams booked that I cannot wait to share with you, that go along the theme of the IES event and such. So please keep your eyes out for that on my channel. Anyone that wants to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee. There's a link in the description. You can like, comment, share, subscribe. All of that stuff helps push this video out to more people. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry to cause any concern. I'm okay and I'm here, and I'm certainly not giving up.